Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shaira and I post planner and lettering videos on this channel. It has totally been a while. I don't even know when I last uploaded on here, but as you can tell, I have a bullet journaling video for you guys. I am showing you my 2019 journal, which I set up earlier this year on this channel, and I've actually hit pretty much the end of this journal. I wasn't super consistent with it, but I have a new journal here. There's just been a lot of change in life that I felt like it was about time that I used a new one. I am using the same Scribbles That Matter journal, the dot grid one in A5, and I'm just using the pastel pink one this time. I think the last one was technically periwinkle, which blues in general are some of my favorite colors. But my journal color scheme is like pink, blue, and purple, if you guys haven't fully noticed that. But so I've already opened this notebook. I've pre-pencil sketched in here by now. But so I've already written my name, when I started the journal, etc. I wrote down my key already, which this is the same key I used in my previous bullet journal, looking into tasks, tasks started, completed, migrated, etc. I already built out my journal grid spacing page because that takes a lot of time, and I'm just going to start and dive right into some lettering things. I'm using 4 main colors for the journal theme of my bullet journal, which the actual 2019 part of the journal I made into a boba theme. Is that even surprising? I think if you've been around before, you would know that I have always been really into boba. I think when I used to film, I used to always have boba all the time too. So that's not changed since I've been kind of on hiatus and stuff. So I just did a little bit of lettering on this page that says grid spacing, just so it has a little title. There's all the boba stuff. But so I picked 4 colors that kind of could be like boba colors. I was going to use my Muji pen to draw out this boba cup, but I totally remembered that the Muji pen smudges, especially under markers. So there's a lot of pens that smudge under markers. So I'm using the Arteza fine liner, which I am using quite a bit of Arteza products in this video. I do have a video lined up using some of their products or doing a review of their products, which I'll talk about that more in depth, but those products were sent to me, so I will talk about that a lot more in a future video, but here you'll get to see me use them in action, which is super cool. General feelings about it: there are some really cool products and I use a good amount of them here, which I'll allude to them here and there. So here I'm using more Arteza products. These are the real brush markers, and like I said, I'll do a more in-depth video on them, but I'm just using one of the black ones to color in the boba, and then I'm using this Tombow dual and brush marker to color in the rest of the boba. I'm also using some super tips. If you want any of the specific colors, I'll probably list them down below in the description. On this front cover quote page, I just wanted to put "Life's short, drink the boba." I feel like that's my journal motto, especially when I feel like I should not drink boba that day. Might as well, because life's short, dude. I don't know. But yeah, so there's quite a bit of erasing that happens here. Later on, I kind of start getting rid of that just because some of the markers I used actually rubbed off when I used eraser over it. And that's something I'm still learning about, which pens can do what. So that's my cover page. I am adding some washi to this. I totally remembered that I had this washi from Simply Gilded. This was from one of the subscription boxes from a while back. I'm also using this purple bow washi, which is from Pack a Post. Since I've been on hiatus, I honestly have not fully paid attention to a lot of shops, so I know there were a bunch of shops that closed aside from my own, which if you didn't know that, I did close down my store. But so I will link things below if they are relevant to this video. But yeah, so overall, my planning style has kind of changed since I very started. I do a lot more bullet journaling in general. I don't even use my Erin Condren all that much just because it isn't functional for me anymore. And now I'm just gonna start to pick which colors match each month. I kind of always associated September with purple, so I wanted to use that lavender color there first. My camera did cut off, but I just colored in the letters kind of as like a glow color and then highlighted the days of the week. But so I am only putting in the last 4 months of the year because we are pretty much at the end of August by now. Although once I get to my weekly spread, you'll see that I do put in the very last week of August because when I made this, it was pretty much the last week of August. But so here's another quote page. I just wrote, boba is always a good idea. Can you tell how much I like boba? But yes, I just did some bubble lettering here, some banners, and some calligraphy as well. I'm using the soft-tipped Fudenosuke pen, which is one of my favorites, honestly. I think I like the soft tip better than the hard tip, but it really depends on the context. I feel like sometimes the soft tip is better than the hard tip and vice versa. But so at the bottom of this page, I'm just doodling some boba. I know like parts of this is cut off and I do apologize for that. But I used the same 4 colors to kind of just color in the different boba cups. Some I put boba in, some I did not, just to kind of make some variations. But yeah. But so I am doing this like kind of the rest of the year spread, which is September through December, at least at the beginning of this journal, just to kind of anchor it down. But I will dive into the September stuff in a little bit. But yeah, so as I'm lettering this page, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys. I haven't done this in a while. I have not recorded anything in quite a bit of time, so this is a little bit odd. But yeah, life's just been very busy. I honestly do not have a lot of time anymore, which is why I did end up closing the shop and all that. But so I am back to kind of just more so share my craft and really enjoy planning for what it is. So I hope you guys are cool with that. I am really glad to be able to film again and have a little bit more time for that. But yeah, I'm super excited to be back. Anyways, on the right side of this page, super awkward photo of me with a dog that we used to babysit. I wanted to look for Polaroids because in my old journal I did do a 2019 in Polaroid spread. I didn't get to fill it out that much, even though I had a bunch of photos that I could have printed out, only because, I don't know, like sometime like a few months in, I just kind of lost touch with planning and lettering in general. I just kind of was in a pretty deep funk for a little bit, but not in a bad way. Like life was great, but I just really did not have the energy to do planning or shop related things. Now I am in a spot where I feel like I need that creative outlet again, and so that's kind of why I kind of jumped back in. It was more of just like life was just so busy that I didn't have time to do anything else. But anyways, jumping back into the Bujo with me, I am going into my September monthly cover page. I am doing a crystals theme. Like I mentioned earlier, I've always associated purple with September. I don't know why, and so I just wanted to use that here. I'm using this gray Arteza Twee marker. It'll also be in the same Arteza video that I keep talking about, but here I'm using some real brush markers to color in the crystals that I made. I just used 4 different purpley colors. I know there's one that looks a little bit browner. It was called grape purple, which is why I completely assumed that it would be more purpley than the brown that it was, but I guess it's more of just like a reddish purple. So here I'm just doing the monthly spread, just really quickly drawing the boxes. Obviously this is super sped up, but I'm also doing some dangling crystals on top. I did start kind of taking out just all the erasing because honestly there was a lot of erasing involved. I had to erase some of the lines because some of the markers or some of the pens in general just did not do well when I started like erasing things under it basically. So here I'm just coloring the crystals the same way that I did on the cover page, just with the same 4 colors that I used. So that's the monthly spread. So I also remembered that I had these crystals which were from Simply Gilded from another subscription box, and I was going to draw a bunch of crystals on this page on the corner, but I decided not to. This is a mood lettering page which I got this idea from Erin Floto Designs, to just like letter your feelings every day. And so I just kind of filled the corners of this page with those stickers because I never actually used the stickers that come in subscription boxes, and I wanted to do that a lot more. And it also saved me a little bit of time. So here I was initially drawing the lines with a light purple, but I changed it up to a darker purple just to make it more visible. And then same here, I'm coloring the crystals with the same 4 purples that I was using earlier, except this time I didn't outline the crystals, and I actually thought it looked super great. I loved how this weekly spread turned out. So here I totally forgot to write the days of the week on the monthly page, and I totally noticed this because I was trying to reference it for the days of the week here. But so here I write down the days of the week and then I write the dates after, but I actually do write the wrong dates only because I was, I think, surprised that Wednesday was on the bottom left. I think I tend to think of it as top row left to right first. So I don't fix it in the actual video, but I do fix it after when I was already kind of planning and realized that I made a mistake. I'm pretty sure I was talking really fast because of how sped up I made this video, but I'm just going to do a quick flip through of the entire journal. You saw the key. This is my grid spacing guidelines, which has been super helpful already. Quote page, and I'm super glad to be able to use washi again because I have so much at home. Kind of year at a glance and monthly overview in one. Quote page and 2019 in Polaroids. I am super excited to fill in some Polaroids in there because I have a couple of trips lined up. Super exciting. I really love this cover page for September. This is my monthly view, which I am yet to fill out. Well, overall, I'm yet to fill out all of the spreads. Mood lettering page and the first weekly spread for September, which is mostly the last week of August and like a day in September. And like I said, I do correct the dates off camera later on. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this bujo with me, and I will definitely be seeing you around. Bye!